All right, welcome, guys. This is Breakfast with the Brand, the number one podcast in the world for entrepreneurs and leaders who want to go from bland to industry leading brand. Of course, as usual, we have a phenomenal show for you today. Listen, if you're tuned in live, two things. Number one, put some flames in the chat. Number two, let us know where you're listening in from. All right. So if that's YouTube, Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook, just go ahead, put it in the chat. Today we're going to be talking about an interesting subject. But before I discuss that, I want to bring on Sean. So, Sean, what's up? Are you in the building?
I am. I definitely am. We have a new improved setup right now. So I'm actually on IG. We're on YouTube. We're on Facebook. I was just setting up the nice little gimbal over here. So if you see me while I'm talking, slide over here. That's because I'm addressing the people on IG as well. Right. But I'm definitely present, definitely excited. Can't wait to get into the content today and just help people to position themselves more efficiently, more effectively, more excellently, and more elegantly.
I like the way you said that. Sean, can you say that one more time? If you remember, can you say that one more time? I know you come.
I believe that I said we're going to help the people to position themselves more effectively, more efficiently, more excellently, and more elegantly. Yes,
That's right.
because we're going through marketing like a leader. We're going through marketing like a leader. Last week we did positioning. This week we did presentation. So we're all in marketing right now. We're focused on marketing, and I want to help the people to position themselves in their marketing more effectively, more efficiently, more excellently, and more elegantly. And we're doing this again, guys, on IG as well as Facebook, as well as YouTube, so and LinkedIn. Don't let me forget LinkedIn. So we're all over the place right now, and that is a testimony and a testament to being omnipresent, multi-channeled, right? Omni-channel. You want to be everywhere at all times, and you want to serve and deliver high value to market your luxury leadership offerings. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to model what it really looks like. So if you're watching me on IG, comment. If you're watching me on LinkedIn, comment. If you're watching me on Facebook, YouTube, comment. Light up the comments. Light up the comments and tag someone that you know who is trying to do their business and their business is actually doing them, right? Maybe doing them an injustice or doing them filthy, right? Tag someone you know who's in business, who's trying to grow their business. And I'm going to show you today how to position yourself much more efficiently, much more effectively, much more excellently, and much more elegantly. Again, you're rocking with Sean Wright East. Let's grow. I'm excited.
All right. And I'm excited as well. I want
Good.
to send a quick shout out. I see we have Keishan. So, Keishan, I want to send a quick shout out to you. Definitely phenomenal morning. I see also we have Queen A. So, Queen A, phenomenal morning to you. So, we have Michigan and also Ohio in the house. I see some other people coming in, guys. If you're now coming in, put some flames in the chat. Also, let us know where you're listening in from. And of course, shout out to everybody on IG. So, I don't know if they can see me, but if you can't see me, shout out to IG as well.
No, they
Um,
can't see you right now.
oh,
I'm turning you. I'm sorry. I'm turning you up now so they can hear you better, but they can't see you. I haven't been able to
okay.
set that up yet. Yeah, right now I'm live like this, and maybe later I'll turn it around towards the camera
Yeah.
so they can see you as well.
All right. That's good. That's good. Well, they're still locked in, regardless,
Still
regardless. And I
live,
think
right?
we have some more
We
people.
got Chrissy right now. Chrissy 999 is joined live.
Okay.
Let's grow.
All right. And we have I see we have Toy Massey from Denver, Colorado. So shout out to Denver in the building as usual. All right, guys. So today we're gonna be talking about something that's a little bit different, in my opinion. I've not quite heard it anywhere else. The subject of the matter is, I believe it's luxury leadership.
That's right. That's right. Luxury leader.
Luxury leadership.
So we don't script. We don't script at all, right? For you guys watching me on IG, we don't script anything, right? So Junior hit me this morning and said, "What's the topic going to be?" That's all he wants. What's the topic going to be? And I said, "Luxury leadership, luxury leadership." And then the statement or the question, "What is it?" And we're going to go through that today. I want you to reframe your mind when you think of leadership. I want you to reframe your mind when you think of branding, because I'm going to show you today how to create your luxury leadership branding and positioning.
That's right. Now, before we go to a break, I do want to ask everybody viewing this right now, put it in the chat. If you could hear my voice, wherever you are, put it in the chat. What does luxury leadership mean to you? So what I just want to know what comes to your mind. Put it down, one or two words. What does that mean to you when you hear this concept? Like, so we're gonna go to a break in about 10 seconds, but when we come back, we're gonna be reading a few of these answers and maybe just elaborating on the subject. So guys, put it in the chat again. If you're listening on Facebook, IG, LinkedIn, wherever, let us know where you listen in from, and also put some flames in the chat. Mr. B, when you're ready, take us to a break. This is Breakfast with the Brand. We'll be back in a few seconds. All right, guys, welcome back. This is Breakfast with the Brand, the number one podcast in the world for entrepreneurs and leaders who want to go from bland to industry leading brand. Okay, so today the topic of discussion is actually luxury leadership. If you were not there when we went to the break, I want you to do me one favor. Put it in the chat. What comes to mind when you hear luxury leadership? All right, we'll be reading a few of these answers in a couple seconds. Again, if you're now coming in, put your flames in the chat. Also, let us know where you're listening in from. So, Sean, we actually do have a couple answers that I want to read here.
Great.
And
Let's see what
let me
the
know, by the way, let me know if the people on IG are putting some responses as well.
So let me know, guys, what your definition of luxury leadership is, what that looks like. So luxury leadership. Put the two words together and think innovatively. What could that possibly mean? Go ahead, brother. As they come up, I'll let you know if they come up.
All right, nice. Okay, so unfortunately, I can't see who this is, but if you could identify yourself, I'd love to shout you out. But this person says that luxury leadership, what comes to their mind is actually an innovative concept. So it's an innovative concept, luxury leadership, and I definitely agree. I agree. That's like it's different, right? Bringing two things together. I think you technically call that like spatial integration. Are you talking about that a lot?
All the
Uh,
time, all the time. So
yeah.
let me say that first. You want to have something new. You want to have something innovative. So Peter Drucker says that and he's the one of the godfathers of management, right? One of the management gurus, Peter Drucker, and he said a long time ago that business consists of two things: innovation and marketing. That's it. Innovation and marketing. So you're either creating, improving processes, making them more efficient, more effective, more elegant, more excellent. And then you're telling other people about it, right? So you create something new, you create something unique, and then you let other people know what that is so that you can bring in leads, bring in sales, and improve the world. Just think about Apple. Apple was an innovative concept. Nothing with Apple integrates with anything else. Innovative concept. The power to go to the rocket in your hand, right? Streamlined efficiency, streamlined. The beautiful thing too, one of the P's of marketing that we're going to get into next week is actually pricing. So the thing with Apple was they were the market leader in price, not because the price was low, but because the price was high. And a lot of people had the opportunity to actually purchase Apple in the beginning or purchase multiple shares. And I mean, 50% of Apple. But the reason why they didn't was because they said to themselves, no one's going to pay $800 for a phone. Right. And now we know. And this is, I'm on the iPhone 14 or whatever. And when the 15 or 16 comes out, we'll upgrade all the time, always having the newest model in tech because that's the level of efficiency, effectiveness, elegance, and excellence that you want to bring to your fan base, your clients, your population, your followers, right? So now the prices are almost 1,400. When you put all the stuff together and you got all the terabytes and all, you might pay $2,500 for your phone before you leave the store. But in the beginning, $800 was a novelty concept. So they're a leader in business and they're also providing luxury. As we're going to go deeper into this, you're going to realize that all the leaders in any industry are luxury leaders. But you don't see yourself that way in your business. You see yourself as just another coach, right? We got Coach Mika now on IG. Welcome, right? So we got speakers, we got coaches, we got consultants, but we don't see ourselves as luxury. And I want you to get out of that mindset because what happens when you have that poverty mindset or that fixed mindset, you don't have a growth mindset and you can't set the right prices. So I help leaders become brands. And I've said this from the beginning. I help leaders become brands so they can make their yearly income monthly, their monthly income weekly, and their weekly income daily, and put some zeros behind their numbers. So what that means is if you're making 40, 50, $60,000 a year as an employee, as an entrepreneur, when you position yourself effectively, you can put a zero behind that number. All it is removing the middleman. All it is removing the middleman because for you to justify the seat that you're in and get paid your 40, 50, or 60K, you got to bring the organization 10 times that. So when you remove the organization from the situation and you present yourself in an excellent manner, efficient manner, excellent manner, you bring the majority of the market share and the income to you. But in order to do that effectively, you have to position yourself elegantly, excellently, and efficiently. And if you now, I'm going to say one more thing before I give it back to you, Junior. There's 5 levels of pricing. 5 levels of pricing. So if you guys have a pen, you're going to want to write this down. 5 levels of pricing, guys. There's bargain basement, and you never want to be associated with that. There's average, and you never want to be associated with average. There's premium, and that's where quality of life begins. That's kind of where you break even. That's where you replace your income, right? But if you want to go even larger than that, then there is ultra premium, which is what a lot of people know as high ticket. Welcome, Fabio. I see you, brother. Right. So fellow Black Dragon. So there's ultra premium and then there's luxury. So luxury is where you want to exist. And you don't want to just exist in the space of luxury. You actually want to exist as the only viable option in your vertical, or what we call luxury leadership.
Very nice. Wow. So Sean, we actually have a couple other answers over here. I want to bring a few of them up before we really get into the
Guys,
subject.
on IG, if you want to weigh in on the conversation, give us your definition of luxury leadership and what that means to you. Go right ahead, Junior.
Very nice. So one other person that says A-list leadership. So we have A-list leadership, and then we have Queen A saying, giving my team and everyone around me the best that I can give at all times. Also being sure that I invest in my business in all aspects to be able to deliver such to them. All right, so that was a very in-depth answer there. I love the fact that everybody has their own perspective, and it's so interesting, right? What comes to mind when we hear about luxury? So some people might think money, other people might think being able to share, having the luxury of being able to share important moments with the people that they love. So that is super super interesting to me. I do want to send a quick shout out to all of our people on LinkedIn. I see we have Aretha, no, Arletha Williams. Shout out to you. Welcome to the call. All right, Sean. So I'm
Hold
ready.
on, watch this. Bring that back up real quick. I'm gonna show you.
Okay.
I'm gonna show you what it looks like. You see what she says? Executive MBA. So I want to show the people on IG. Hold that right there real quick. I'm shifting the people from IG so they can see you, right? So now they're seeing you and they're actually seeing the thing on the screen, right? So when Arletha Williams states that she has an executive MBA, that's luxury leadership. That's luxury leadership. What you want to understand is that luxury is in high, no, not luxury. Luxury is pretty luxury and leadership. When you think about it, I'm still, this dawned on me, right? So this came to me, and I want you to think a lot of things when you really dial into your gift are going to come to you, right? So luxury and leadership are both in high demand and short supply. I just want that to weigh on you for a moment and think about it. Luxury, true luxury, elegance, opulence, that experience. You know what I'm talking about? That Four Seasons experience. Driving from the highway onto the tarmac and not having to go through customs. That's in high demand. Very, very short supply. Leadership, competent, competent, competent and confident, effective leadership is in very high demand and very short supply. So if you, in your business, choose to position yourself as excellent, efficient, opulent, right? And you provide the best services possible, you feed your people to the highest degree ever. What you're going to be doing is you're going to be positioning yourself as a luxury. As a luxury, think about quality service. Think about true customer service, customer infatuation. Think about that. Think about people who go overboard to deliver phenomenal quality experiences, and not just client satisfaction, but client success. Client success, making sure that you're successful, not just that your problem is fixed and you can get off the phone and be quiet. But when you go the extra mile, or you go the extra 10 miles, or the extra 100K miles to make sure that your customers are satisfied, fulfilled, phenomenal, and successful, that is an example of the kind of leadership that is lacking, right? So you have an opportunity to wow your phenomenal client. You have an opportunity to differentiate yourself in your business and set yourself apart from everyone else, because everyone else is basically checking the box, right? So when you step out of that checking the box space and you become a leader, you have just realized another level. of luxury.
Very true. So I wanna read Alitha's comment here. So she says, "You are so right. Luxury creates culture shock." Yes, so true. All right. So Sean,
You can go ahead
let's
and
get
read.
into.
People can see you now. The people on IG can see you right now.
Okay, what's up, IG? What's up? So let me read that again. So Alitha says, "You are so right. Luxury creates culture shock." All right, so let's get into it. Like really and truly, how does Sean Raiz define luxury leadership? I know everybody had sort of their own perspective, right? But how do you define luxury leadership?
Luxury leadership is being that only viable option, being the one of one, providing absolute excellence in every way of life. It's so interesting. We're actually coming out with a planner in 2023, right? Because everybody has asked me for the longest, what do you do every day? How do you do it? What is your morning routine? What is your how do you stay so? How do you go from crickets to digits in the midst of a pandemic, right? How do you, in less than 90 days, hit multiple six figures? What kind of person does that? How are you even balancing out? So I'm in I've done two master's degrees. That's what's on the wall over there. And I'm in two doctorates. I've also written two books and have two books coming this year. They're already done. They're in production. We've done six courses. We're on our sixth courses. We've completed five courses in less than 2 years, right? Less than 2 years. We're coming up on the 3 year now. And people are like, how in God's name are you doing this kind of work? And how are you putting it all together and existing in all of these different spaces? I'm a full-time father, full-time husband, and I don't have any complaints in either bracket, right? And people are like, how does that work? And it works with a leadership guide. You have to be a leader. You can't just talk leadership. You have to live it. And you can't live it when the lights are on. You can't live it when people say go, right? Or when you turn on the camera. If this is not if this is not your life, it will tell on you. You will show up late. You will have the sniffles. Something will happen. You will get complaints. Something will take place in your business and in your life that exposes you, right? So you have to really be the person. So when it comes to the leadership that we've been showing, integrity. So watch this. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go over the core values. How about that? I'm going to go over the core values of leadership. So within our company, we use the word leadership to represent our core values. So if you want to write this down, I would greatly suggest that you do, to understand our operating principles as an organization and how we've been able to be so successful as an organization, and then understand that these are my personal operating principles. So number one, the L is lead with the vision. You have to have a vision, a long-term vision. As a matter of fact, Junior, let's go to a break before we do that, because I know this is going to be long. I'm going to go through each letter. So let's go to a break real quick. And when we come back, I'm going to show you exactly what the operating principles look like. And if you do this in your personal life or in your organizational life, you will be massively, massively successful. Let's grow.
All right, guys, welcome back. This is Breakfast with the Brand. If you've enjoyed the show so far, put some flames in the chat. We're talking about luxury leadership. All right, so Sean, I think you were about to get into something. You're about to get into a couple principles, right?
That's right. That's right. So we're going to go over the operating principles, the governing principles of this organization, as well as the vision that I've been living as a mission for the past as long as I can remember. These are actually the principles that brought me from where I was to where I am. So when it goes from crickets to digits, or when it comes to, you guys know I'm just a kid from Harlem at heart, of course, who God chose to show his favor and mercy through, grew up in the late 80s, made all of the different decisions that were not effective, that were not efficient, that did not serve me to the highest degree. This is how I made those transitions. Number one, L, lead with the vision. You have to have a vision. A man without a vision has no plan for ambition, right? And everything he does is going to need ammunition, but he's not going to have it. He's not going to have the motivation. He's not going to have the wherewithal. He's not, if you can't see it, you can't be it. If you can't touch it, you can't become it. So you have to be able to seize the initiative, the kind of internal intrinsic motivation that you need at all times, whether under heavy fire or on good days. Everybody can be a leader on a good day, but when things go wrong, when things aren't working in your favor, when someone doesn't show up, when payments are failed, that's where your leadership kind of jumps out the window, right? And you become a villain until things get good again. So you have to lead with the vision. Number two, the E in leadership is empower everyone. So this is what I'm doing right now. I'm literally living the values through empowering you. And you might not know me from a hole in the wall, but that doesn't bother me. You might not be ever have shared $1 with me. That's not my concern. My concern is to serve you to the highest degree, because my core values is to empower everyone. So I'm living my values. So I'm paid. I've been paid, right? Through this communication, I am fulfilled. And that's the difference. A lot of people are paid, but they're miserable because internally they're incongruent. They're not living in congruence or in alignment with their values. The A, act with integrity. Act with integrity with every single thing that you do. Make sure that there is honor, dignity, integrity inside of every moment that you exist on this planet. Every word that you state, every move that you make, and every hand that you shake, allow them to be touched and imbued with the spirit of integrity. D, dream of change. Dream of change. If you don't see a change, then you're already on top. Right? And if you're here with me at 8 o'clock in the morning, chances are you're looking for a change. You dream of a change. You want to add a zero to your income. You want to add value to your relationships. You're tired of going to work and you're tired of giving your time away when you know there are little stakeholders, right? There's little stakeholders in your life who could benefit, who appreciate your time more than the people that you go spend most of your time with every single day. So make sure that you dream of change and keep that dream alive, because dreams become reality. Right now, we're living in a dream. We're on IG right now. That was a dream. I'm on an iPhone right now. That was a dream. It's connected to a gimbal right now. That was a dream. LinkedIn was a dream. Facebook was a dream. Everything behind me was a dream. Those degrees was a dream. These books were a dream. Everything was a dream. What dream are you living? And is it a dream or is it a nightmare? So R, we're going through leadership. So E, the other E is ethically responsible. Be ethically responsible. Make sure that you add value to everything that you see, everything that you do, and be ethically responsible. That's one of the main differentiations. When I speak from a level of high competence and what they call formal and non-formal. So the personal and professional development industry is quantified as non-formal education. I also have a background in formal education. So everything that I do, every single course that I've taken for the past 8 years has had an ethical component. So I always think of ethics and do no harm. I come from an APA background, a counseling background, an American Psychological Association background. So ethics is ingrained in everything that I do. And then the R. So rise and grind. Rise and grind. Like I got to bring it back. Like rise and grind. Rise. Bring yourself up. Bring your best self up. This is a luxury. This is the leadership that is lacking. This is what's lacking. We try to rise ourselves up, but we don't rise up others, right? So if we are concentrated or self-concentric, it's not going to be as effective as if we're rising and helping other people rise as well on our grind and in our business and doing what we do. It's not just about us. I don't want to be the only person paying for the meal every time. And I don't say that because, so watch this. This is a beautiful thing that Ed Hennings, I think it was Ed Hennings said, and I don't want to attribute this to the wrong person. So I'm not sure if it was Ed Hennings, but what I did hear recently oh, matter of fact, that was June Archer. Yep, that was June Archer on This Is 50, right? So I went to New York, did a This Is 50 episode with June Archer, and June Archer said we shouldn't fight over who's paying the bill. At the dinner table, you know how you go out to eat with everybody, and he said that you shouldn't fight. We shouldn't be fighting over who's going to pay the bill. We should be fighting over who's going to pay the bill. Yeah, it's a different way of thinking about things, right? We shouldn't be fighting over who's going to pay the bill. Who's going to pay the bill this time? I took care of the bill last time. You know how people are. They go to the bathroom and they just magically disappear, right? And they magically disappear when the bill comes. We should be fighting over the bill. So I'm the type of person, we come to sit down, I'm already sneaking to the waiter, tell my, here's my card. Whenever, don't even bring a bill, just, right? And sometimes when I'm around the right people, I'll do that and they'll say, it's already been taken care of, Mr. Raish, your money is no good here. And I'm tight because somebody beat me to doing it. That's being ethically responsible, and that's rising and grinding on another degree. So we're going over leadership and the operating principles of this company and the way I live my life. And the S stands for servant leadership. I believe that servant leadership is transformational leadership. A lot of people say, servant leadership, and we have a background of servitude and but every one of your religious figures was a servant. They served the people, full of principle. It didn't have a dollar attached to it. So one thing that I teach the people in my community is that you want to serve. You want to over deliver. I believe that if you serve, you'll get what you deserve. But a lot of people say, well, Sean, how can I give them this for free? How can I give them all this value for free? And the sad truth is that if you feel that way, then there's a mindset of lack. You're not all that fire if you feel like helping other people is going to take fire away from you. You understand? If you're going to lose value intrinsically and you're going to run out of things to say, if you're like, well, if they give this for free, then what are they going to pay for? That's somebody who has limitation and lack. I'm like the gas station. It doesn't run out, right? I'm intrinsically motivated. It doesn't run out. I don't script. I don't have a book. So it's not like when I get through with this book, there is no more. No, I finished this book and then I wrote this one and then there's 2 more coming and I've got a book in my head right now. We're putting out a planner. There's value times infinitum here. So I give it all away for free. Catch me at the right time. And as a matter of fact, on the leadership live deep dive at 5, we're giving away 10K today. We're giving away $10,000 worth of value today on the leadership live deep dive at 5. We're going to spin a wheel and somebody's going to win, right? That's servant leadership. I don't just want to give you words and verbatim. I want to give you actual principles that you can utilize today to build your business. And build your life, because a phenomenal life with a miserable business is a problem and it won't stay. And a phenomenal business with a miserable life won't stay. So how can you get balance? How can you get harmony? And you never feel as good as when you help someone else feel good. So that's servant leadership. The H, honor, duty, and privilege. I always say that it's an honor, duty, and privilege to serve. And I mean it. It's an honor, duty, and a privilege. It's an honor, duty, and a privilege to be on this side of the ground. It's an honor, duty, and privilege to be in this country. A lot of
Mhm.
people say, well, America did this and America did that and America did this. Okay, those things are true, and I agree 100%. A lot of things shouldn't have been done. However, there's a lot of places where this is a luxury. Water is a luxury, right? So we have to remain humble and we have to remain mindful. There's a lot of places where this is a luxury. This is coffee, right? I got my little coffee cup here, right? Shout out to IG guys, right? We're growing, right? But I want you to understand there's a lot of places where coffee, sugar, water is a luxury. And if you don't give it the honor that it deserves, right? Freedom, if you don't give freedom the honor that it deserves, it might be taken away. And we don't want that to happen. Just the fact that we're able to walk, just the fact that we're able to walk and talk. I mean, sometimes when we're visited by hardship, the first thing we think of is a higher power. As soon as something bad happens, we say, oh, and invoke the higher power. I believe that you should invoke the higher power long before anything bad happens. And that'll keep your waters still and things going good, right? So honor, duty, and privilege. The I stands for, and we're going through the leadership, we're going through the word leadership, and we're
Oh,
getting values out and the operating principles. And this is the luxury that I'm talking about. This is
right.
how we're able to exist in this space. So if this is powerful, put it in the chat, right? If this is powerful to you,
Yeah.
put it in the chat, comment later. We're going to reach back out to you on IG. And guys, if you're on Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, come over to IG because I'm going to stay on IG for another hour after this. I'll be with Coach K on Coffee Q&A. But the I stands for immediate,
One
massive
one
action.
second, Sean. One
Yep,
second before you move to the I. You just said something that I could deeply relate to. Me not being from the US.
yep.
You said something about water. You said something about water. You said something about some pretty, I guess, things that people would consider basic. But me not being from the US, I know what that's like. And trust me, guys. I always tell people, like, if you're an American citizen, you this is a luxury. I'll put it that way. I know people have taken boats to try to get to the US. Like, I don't think people really understand the disproportionate advantage that
Mm.
from being inside just being a citizen of the US and having all of these luxuries. And it's so amazing. Like, I really want to just press on that, because everybody looking at this, like, the fact that you could view this right now is a luxury. The fact that you could view this right now is an absolute luxury. So, guys, I didn't want you to just roll over that like that wasn't really something super, super powerful. I could remember, in fact, Sean, once we had a hurricane. Like, in the Caribbean, we have two seasons. We don't have all of the winter, autumn, summer,
Let the
fall.
people from IG know where you're at because there might be a disconnect, right? So I want to make sure, yeah, cool. So they can see me on IG through the camera. I want you to make sure that we let the people know who you are, what you do, where you're from. Go ahead, introduce yourself.
Definitely, guys. So my name is Junior Frederick. For those of you, you could see that at the bottom there, right? But I'm just a young man from the islands. Actually, I grew up in the eastern part of the Caribbean, small island called Saint Lucia, and you don't have to be an islander to know we have lots of sea, sand, and sun. But something that we don't always have is massive opportunity, right? When I heard Sean talking about just running water, I could absolutely remember just going through different hurricanes in my country and being without water for like months. Like, we had to travel like in the forest to get water. I'm talking, like, Sean, like it's serious. Roads are broken, no running water, and people really depend on springs. You have to depend on running water from like volcanoes and springs. to be able to get drinking water. Like a lot of people that are in the US, guys, I don't think you understand how blessed you are. I know people from my country. In fact, when they were going to school, they had to take turns to go to school. So one person went to school on Monday, they had to stay back to let somebody else go to school on Tuesday. And then they had to stay back to let somebody else go to school on Wednesday.
Now, let me just interject for 1 second. I want you to finish your point, but watch this. In the U.S., we have all the opportunity to go to school, and we don't. We skip school, or we just don't go. We go and check the box and go to sleep, or roam the halls because it's so abundant and it's so possible that we miss the privilege and we don't honor it and we don't honor our duty. Please carry on.
Yes, Sean. In fact, many people who don't get scholarships, they probably never go to school. If you
Mm.
don't get a scholarship, you don't go to school. That's it. Because you don't have the financial capability to go to school. And there are not many opportunities. Scholarships are limited. So trust me, trust if you're from the US, guys, take full advantage. Simple things like being able to just toss some money in the stock market, that's not available.
Mm.
Just letting some money sit in the stock market, that's not available. Like without doing anything at all. Like I don't think people understand. So I mean, not being from the US and listening, when I listen to a lot of the struggles, right? Sometimes man, I think like if that's it, give it to me, man. If that's it, if that's all it is, I'll take care of that. That's all right. Because trust me, like some people have it really, really I know, Sean, just to sort of end this point, I know people that have taken bus shelters to make homes. Like they've used bus shelters and they've boarded up bus shelters, like where people wait for the buses, guys, and they've used that to make homes because they have nowhere to live. So trust me, when Sean talks about luxury, anything could be a luxury. I think perspective is a luxury.
We go. We go.
Perspective is a luxury.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank
So,
you.
so
That's
take full advantage, guys. If you have an education, I see a lot of people coming here and they have MBAs and executive this and all of that. Trust me, guys, if you have that, take full advantage because in some countries that's unheard of. That's not even people don't even imagine. People don't even think that far to say, hey, I have an executive MBA. Like that's not even a thought. The thought is how can I put food on the table? What can I do to exist tomorrow? That's it. That's it. So I just wanted to put that in, Sean, because I can definitely relate, not being from the US, and I just wanted to give people a different perspective because I feel sometimes people they hear us speak and they just gloss over that. Like
yeah.
running water could be a luxury. Depends on where you are in the world.
Let me say this. Running water is always a luxury if your mind is right. If your mind isn't right, then you don't appreciate the glory. And it doesn't exist as a part of your story. Right? So when people have all the opportunities and then they turn around and they have a sob story, oh, why is this happening to me? Oh, I've only got this many clients. Oh, why aren't they coming and why aren't I'm only making 5K in my business a month. I don't understand. How do I scale? Everybody wants to scale, 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 but they're not aware of the scales that exist every day. They're not aware, they're not mindful of the opportunities that exist every day. It's kind of like the story of the talents, right? If I give you all of the blessings and all of these opportunities and you squander them and you don't appreciate them, why in God, why would I give you more? Why would I give you more? So one of the goals of this planner that is coming out in 2023 is to keep you ever mindful and ever present and let you be aware every single moment of every single day that every single move that you make, breath that you take, and hand that you shake is an opportunity to add value to someone's life, including your own. I tell people all the time, servant leadership saved my life. And they're like, well, why should I serve? And why should I serve for free? And I say, why should I equate it with saving life because when you save relationships, when you save economic situations, when you save the perspective, like you said, you're actually saving a life. And people are like, well, why would I do that? Why would I? And I tell them always be quiet. And we're going to go to a break right after this. But I always say be very, 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 very careful with what you say and what you think, because the very life that you save may be your own. Let's go to the break after that. Let's go to the break. Let's let that. Hey guys, listen, right before you stop, right before you quit, before you throw in the towel, I want you to hear this one more time. Listen, you are who you need to be already. I'm going to tell you what they've been hiding from you. You are already who you need to be. Content you don't need any more of. You've been had enough content. What you need is context. What you need is system. You have the skill. What you need is system. You have the presence. You need the procedure. You have the promise. You need the process. I want to show you the process and the system to go from where you are to where you need to be, and how to get clients finally on autopilot. Let's grow.
So for me, it was pretty much learning a little bit more about how to communicate, how I can build my personal branding and my personal development. With me, I do a lot of nonprofit work. I also work at Salesforce. So just trying to find better ways that I can network, that I can make sure when I walk into a room that my presence is felt. I felt as if he had a lot of takeaways, especially how he dissected the chessboard and like the king, the queen, the rook, the knight. So I really like that personally, because I love chess too. Life is chess, the world is chess, it's not checkers. So that's what I really like about that.
All right, guys, welcome back. This is Breakfast with the Brand. If you've enjoyed the show so far, go ahead, put some more flames in the chat. We're talking about luxury leadership. And I think Sean was actually just going through Sean, you were going for an acronym, right? And I think we were on.
Oh no, we're on the I now. Yeah, we're on
Yeah.
the I. So these are actually the operating principles. This is how we run our business every day. These are the things that you're going to need if you don't have core values and core operating principles. Get them down pat, right? But this is one of the things that we do. And for us, the I represents it. So we've gone through. Let's just do a recap and do a summary real quick. So we're working with the word leadership. The L represents lead with the vision. The E represents empower everyone. The A represents to act with integrity. The D represents to dream of change. The E represents ethically responsible. Be ethically responsible in everything that you do. The R represents rise and grind. The S represents servant leadership. When you lead, serve. Lead with service. And I believe that servant leadership is transformational leadership. The H, which we just went through, was honor, duty, and privilege. And Julia was helping us to be a little bit more mindful of the privileges that we have just waking up where we may happen to be in the US and take advantage of all of the opportunities that are bestowed upon us and stop, back in where I grew up, they used to call it a screw face. Stop screwing your face up like everything is wrong. When our homeless population is rich. I can remember I heard a story from people from India, some people who had come across some money. They wanted to come to America because they had never seen someone who had a lot of weight on them. I won't use the word obese, but they had never seen an overweight poor person in India. Because where they come from, if you're poor, you're like this. Over here, people complain all the time, and they're super healthy and super heavy as well. And that represents abundance, right? So we're really not mindful, and we're really not cognizant of all of the blessings that we have. So honor, duty, and privilege represents the H. Now the I, based on the honor, the duty, and the privilege that it is, we have to take immediate, massive action with every opportunity that we have. Immediate, massive action. And the P stands for passion. Passion for the people that you serve. If you don't have passion for the people that you serve, this is why you don't get what you think you deserve, right? If your business is struggling, you haven't tapped into your passion. Okay, so Junior always says this, and I agree 1000%, that the business is the playing field, but the scoreboard is your bank account. So if your scoreboard doesn't look like the game, like you're winning the game, the key play is not a play at all. The key play is a culture. Your key move is culture. And you want to have a culture that represents passion for the people that you serve. Don't do business if you don't want to do business. If you just want to make money, then go to the mint and try to get a job printing money. Then you'll really be able to just make money. If you want to earn, and the first key to earning is to actually deserving. And the way to earn what you deserve is through service. Through service. And all you need to do to really understand that is go to a restaurant. Go to a restaurant and see the quality of service and see the tips that people get and see who gets tipped big and why, and see who gets a very small tip.
I'm here.
It's based on the quality of service. I guarantee you. So, guys, this is it. Like passion for people, immediate massive action, honor, duty, and privilege, servant leadership, rise and grind, ethically responsible, dreaming of change, acting with integrity, empowering everyone, and leading with the vision. That is your key to success. That is your key to success in business and in your life. That's leadership. And nowadays, leadership is a luxury. It is in very high demand and very short supply.
Yes, it is, Sean, and we're very close to wrapping up the show, but I do want to talk about actually the Leadership Live Deep Dive at 5, guys. So if you've enjoyed the show so far and you want to connect with us, I guess on a deeper level, maybe via Zoom, then click on the link below or just type that in. Or if my team could put that somewhere in the chat, that should be somewhere on LinkedIn or on Facebook, as well as YouTube. Then connect with us today at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We'll be talking a little bit more about the power of perspective, leadership, luxury leadership, branding, coaching, how you could make more money, attract more clients, and all of those other things. Also, we'll be talking a lot to how professionals can get started in business. I know there are a lot of people who are professionals who want to make the transition from organizational to entrepreneurial. We'll be talking about all of that. So it's today, Leadership Live, deep dive at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
And we'll also be giving away 10K. Don't forget that part, right? So if you're, it's about service. We do this every end of the year. So every end of the year, we give away a whole bunch of stuff. Everybody's right now trying to do the Black Friday thing. We just want to give you something, right? So if you want to grow your business, if you want to grow your revenue, this is the first act of service. The second act of service will be right now. So go over to IG because I'm going to keep IG going live. So if you're over here on Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, come over to IG because I'm going to shift over and I'm going to do another call in a moment. This is the life of a servant leader. This is what we do. We serve, serve, serve. And that's how we earn what we deserve. So again, the Leadership Live deep dive at 5, guys. I will be giving away 10K like we do every year, like we do every quarter, right? So stick around, rock with us, come over to IG if you're on every other platform, and let's keep the conversation going. Let's keep the conversation going. And I want to show you the difference between actually just having a business and becoming a luxury leader and having a luxury leadership brand. Thank you.